stunning and it still doesn't stop. So we're off to view another property today that's going out to auction next week. So this one can't really be missed. And Lorraine's driving, it's not me. On Saturday this week, I went over to view a property that was listed on auction in my local area for £70,000. That was the reserve starting price. Now, any property that comes on the market at that level is going to pique a lot of interest. Now, this is a semi-detached property that has 3 bedrooms, a little bit of an extension on the back, private car parking in quite a nice area. So I went over, took my family on Saturday to view the property, and this is what we found. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, that's fine. You're not going to fit it all in there though. There's nobody here. I've actually got the wrong house. I've just knocked and the range just parked there, look. It's not the right house.
So feel free to have a good look round. Yeah. If you want to photograph and video, sure. You can.
Okay.
Would you be happy just to give me some signing details? Just so that if you've got any questions, call you back. But I presume you're aware of...
Well, I am now. I've been in
yeah,
the subsidence.
There are significant issues.
Yes. Now that was recorded on my little tiny selfie camera, so do forgive me for the quality, but it's really, really important to make sure that you always view a property, even if it's for sale at auction. Sometimes people get a bit carried away and think, wow, it's such a great price, I'm going to bid on it blind. Don't do that for all of those reasons. Now, it wasn't just that particular property that had problems, it was the properties in the whole street. So I walked up and down the street and I saw that all of the properties either had underpinning, or they'd been tied, or they'd had lots of cracks that had been repointed. So the problem is actually on that whole area that the properties have been built on. The whole of this road has got subsidence. I mean, I'm not going to point at this house, but I'm walking past this one at the end as well, and that's got every single property that I've seen has got significant cracking. So it's obviously a problem with the road that it's been built on. Every house, one of them's already been stapled, or been tied, I should say. It's got ties in it. So it's really important, you know. I mean, we've already registered £5,000 to bid on this property when it goes to auction. And we can cancel that. Obviously, it's not going to cost us anything. But it's just a good case in point that you've got to get out there. You've got to view, because if we hadn't have done and we'd have bid on this and we'd ended up winning it, it's literally falling down. So that causes a problem. Now, whilst it's not impossible to fix, it really would depend on the value of the property and how much it actually gets sold for. So let's have a little look now at where we're at with the bids. Do you remember the property we went to on Saturday and I did a walkthrough and it had subsidence and it was literally falling down? Well, guess what? The auction for that property is today and it starts in literally 2 minutes, and the minimum opening bid is £70,000. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to watch it. I have logged on. I'm not going to bid, but I just thought it'd be really interesting to see how much this property actually does get sold for. Now, I don't know if you remember it. This is the property here. It's got loads of subsidence, and the subsidence was actually on the whole road. So every single house on that road had really bad cracks. Some of them had already been tied and underpinned by the look of it. So there's a few problems here. So let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. And let's see how much it goes for. Kitchen, you were literally walking along. It's like being in a Blackpool Funhouse. Look at this. Every single room. Right, we're on 30 seconds. 30 seconds left to go. I'm not particularly excited. There's only 8 people watching still. I mean, you're buying a huge problem if you buy this. Actually, do you see the house next door? There's a huge crack there that's been pointed. You probably can't see it. 10 seconds. It's quite interesting doing the online auctions, just to see what the frenzy is like. There's only 8 people watching though, so it'll get sold, but I don't know how much it's going to go for. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Please wait, the lot is opening. So we're just waiting now. Bidding opens in a minute. Still only 8 people watching. So it's not moved yet. And it's got, okay, right. So the thing is here, look, there's 5 hours, right? Someone's just bid 78. So it's gone, sold. So it's definitely going to be sold, 78,000. Interesting.
In the doors like closing because...
Look. That's how much movement's in the house. It's hard to describe on the video, but it's like being in a fun house at Blackpool, you know, when you're walking along. I think what I'll do is just do random periodic updates throughout the day. I'll just give it 1 minute now to see if it goes up. Oh, it's just gone up to 92. Wow. So it's just gone up to £92,000. That's like way over what I thought it would go for. 101, it's just gone up to 101. It's going up really quickly now. So on 101,000, 106,000. 116,000. This is rocketing up. 121. 121 grand. Come on. Wow, I bet the seller's quit. 126. 126. We're on 131. 131. It's almost double what it started at already. I bet they're going to be pleased with that. They're going to be 136. It's shooting up. 141,000. 141. Right, it's slowed down now. So it obviously got up to someone's maximum bid. 141,000 is double the starting price. So whoever's selling this is going to be very pleased with that result, especially in this condition, and there's still 5 hours left to go on the auction yet. It's on 151. It's just shut up. It's going back up again, look. 151,000. I wonder what it's going to go to. Literally just gone up in the last 2 seconds. 156. It's rocketing up. Every time I turn the camera around, the bid goes up. Right, you don't want to watch this for 5 hours, so I'm going to switch the camera off, and then I'm going to go and come back in a couple of hours' time and give you some regular updates to see where we're on, because this bid, it's gone up to 161. It's just literally moved to 161. 161 whopping £1,000. Wow, that's a big bid. Let's just leave it for a minute, just in case it changes again. All right, let's check back in a bit. I don't want to take my eye off the camera, but 161,000. Reserve was 70. 4 hours and 58 minutes left. I think they're going to be very pleased with this auction so far. It's reached way more than I thought it would. Almost, well, at the moment it's over 90 grand more than it was when it started. Right, check back in a bit.
And on the credit card to...
Look at it on the front as well. It's just literally falling down. I mean, the house next door is as well. So it's obviously a problem on the road. What was it built on, I wonder? House next door's got really bad cracks too, look.
Look at the window on that. Look, 12 inches, look.
Yeah, they've all...
What?
All of the houses have got cracks in them. That one's been pointed up, but there's got cracks in it. And the one next door to that as well. So it's the street. There's a big problem on the street. I don't know what it's been built on. So within the first hour, the bidding's gone from the reserve price of 70,000 up to £161,000, which is huge. It's way over anything that I would be prepared to pay, because we're looking at least £80,000 to £90,000 worth of work to be done at the property. And is that going to fix it? Is there still going to be a problem after all the work's been done? So I think this is going to be a bit of a money pit property. Now, on top of all of that, there's all of the fees that the person who's buying it is going to have to pay. Of course, there's going to be stamp duty depending on the final price. So what I'll do is I'll wait now, because we've still got 4 hours left of the online auction. The bidding's slowed down quite considerably, but let's see the final price. Then let's work out all of the expenses and see how much this is actually going to cost the person that buys it. So let's just stick around for the next 4 hours. Right, I've just come to the office. So I was just at home watching the online auction. I've just arrived to the office. I don't know what the bidding's on. I don't know if it's moved. So I'm just going to turn my computer on. Let's go and have a look. Let's get it all open. Right. Is that refreshed? Probably not. Let me refresh my screen. So we're on 161,000. That's what we were on when I was at home. So let's refresh. You might need me to log back on. No, it's still on 161. Okay, still on 161 with 4 hours and 33 minutes left to go. Okay, it's slowed down a lot, which I kind of suspected. There are 9 people watching now, according to the screen. So I'm going to watch this over the next 4 hours. Let's see where it gets to. Right, it is 10:15. There's 2 hours and 23 minutes left to go of the auction, and it's on 166,000, and we've still got 9 people watching. So it's not moving very quickly now, but there is still 2 hours or over 2 hours left to go, and I do suspect it will go a little flurry towards the end. We are down to 1 minute and 30 seconds. So let's do this live. 166,000. Down to the final minute, unless they extend it. They've been extending the auctions all day today, actually. Oh, they've put the time up, look. 168. Oh, it's going up in small chunks. It's probably not going to reach 200,000 if it's going up in really small chunks. 170. 170,000. 1 minute. A minute again. They keep extending that though. So 170. What do you think? Is it going to go up any more? 10 seconds. Are they going to extend it? 10, 9, 8, 7. Going once. Going twice at 170,000. And that's it. 170,000. It didn't go up as much as I thought it would at the end. But this was on the market for 70k. They've got 170,000. That's a great price for this property. But the thing is, they've got fees to pay on top of that now, which I don't know how much they are. And of course, the stamp duty. So that's it. The auction is over. It went for a whopping £170,000. What do you think? Would you purchase it for 170? I know it's going to be relative of how much the properties are worth in that area, but I'm pretty local. I couldn't make it work at that price with the level of work that the property needs doing to it. Now, don't forget, on top of the 170,000, the auction house usually charges fees to the buyer and the seller. I don't know how much they are. And of course, there's stamp duty as well to pay on this property. So if this is going to be a property for an investor, then there's going to be stamp duty of about £5,000. If it's for someone that's actually buying it to live in, then there won't be any stamp duty. So I don't know who's bought it, of course, so I can't comment on that. So I hope you found this video useful, and it's a good case in point to say, don't get carried away at auction, and make sure you always go and view the property before you bid. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.